finally a break and the men come in. 19 of them we'll be seeing later on. And in terms of the women's competition, we have Hassan of Egypt, former world champion from 2010, racing Asian Games champion as well, former Asian Games champion, Feifei, China. And in this Group B, a few interesting names, but they'd have to do very well in order to break into the top 3. So we've got 7 lifters in the opening group and a couple of decent names who've come into powerlifting from other sports quite recently. So to get the senior women's competition underway for Malaysia, Nurfariza Mortaza, her first attempt 75 kg, and you'll note a few differences in how this World Championship is presented. This is a brilliant stadium. It's a 49-year-old stadium, but the set is fabulous. And there's a real boxing style ambience here, all dark apart from the spotlights on the stage. So first major championship works in the Department of Statistics in Miri. They have one of those in Malaysia. 75 to kick off. Malaysia earlier getting a terrific gold medal in the Junior World Championships, which was held in this stadium earlier today. Bonnie Bunyo Gustin broke his own Junior World record twice in the 65 kg. All travelled together and arrived Thursday night. I know that because I was on the same flight as the Malaysian team from Amsterdam to here. So 75 to get Mortaza underway and up and running, and didn't have a huge amount of time left on the clock, but she stayed calm. 3 out of 3. 3 white lights for Mortaza, as you'll see, and that puts her in the early frame. But remember, she's the first to go out of 13. World record in this held by Lovely Nabishi of Nigeria. Good to see her back as well. So Mortaza sets the early standard at 75. There may not have been a huge amount of time left on the clock, just about 30 seconds, but she is calmness personified. Got herself off the mark very well.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 82 kilograms for the first attempt from Australia,
Christine Ashcroft.
There's now 82 on the bar here for the Australian debutante in terms of major championships, Christine Ashcroft. Silver in the World Cup in Dubai, the FASA World Cup back in February. She's only come into powerlifting very, very recently. Starting off with 82. In this Group B, we go as high as 100 in this opening round. Ashcroft for 82. Easy does it. Stopped along the way, I think, yeah, and it all turns red. Have to return, probably at the same weight. All three referees going against. The referees, Nusaya Muhammad of Malaysia, Maria Malaya of Romania, and Lee Yu-jin of Korea. So Christine Ashcroft of New South Wales will have to return a little later. So steady on the way back up. New national record she set in the nationals back in May. Oh, 77 kg that was as well, by the way, so she was attempting a new Australian record there. You've got to be ambitious at things like this. Just missed out, but she'll be back at the same weight in the second round. Nasera Balabi now of Algeria. And she's been busy. She's already competed in the World Cup in Eger in Hungary, finished 5th in that in May. Previous best at the World Championships, 10th in Dubai 3 years ago, 11th in the previous ones in 2010 in Kuala Lumpur. We've got the Asian Games and the Asian Para Games next year. She's going for 83. Her original target was 87, but decided to go for something just that little bit more achievable, maybe. Ashcroft's going to go for 82 again in the next round. So Balabi for 83. Steady on the way back up. The red lights will tell you all you need to know, and it was 3 reds along the way. Algeria didn't medal in powerlifting at the Paralympic Games, so we'll have to come back again, probably again at the same mark. So next to go then for Great Britain, it's Louise Sugden. She's a Scot based in Nottingham and was a prime name in British wheelchair basketball for years and years. Every major championship for a decade up to 2014. Helped Britain win the World Cup in that year. 5 times made the podium at the European Championships, bronze each time. Busy sporting career, and she's not done yet. First major championship in para-powerlifting for Louise Sugden. She's gunning for 91. Her original mark was 90. No major drama, and 3 out of 3. White lights for Louis Sugden. Gets herself into the lead. So 2 of the 4 lifters we've seen so far successful, and 2 not. Britain with 3 medals across the last World Championships in Dubai. What used to be called the Dubai Sport Club for the Disabled, but I think they've changed the name in the past few months. And also the Paralympic Games as well in Rio with the silver and bronze. Zoe Newson with the bronze and Ali Jawad with the silver. He's injured, so not competing here. But Britain are here. Had been a fear they wouldn't be, but good news that they are. A couple of nations have pulled out in the past few days, but it's still highest representation in terms of nations and athletes ever at Para-Powerlifting World Championships. Maria Cristina Menezes for Brazil. Bronze in the last World Championships in Dubai 3 years ago. 6th at the Paralympic Games in London, and improved by 1 place in Rio. And bronze in May at the World Cup in Ega. 95 is her first round target. First Brazilian female powerlifter ever to win a world medal. This for the lead. Plenty of time to get calm and reposition herself in the bench. And now for the main bit. I think she'll do well here. 3 out of 3. She's in front. Maria Menezes for Brazil. There's still a long way to go in the competition. Always has that kind of demeanour as well, but she's well satisfied with that.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 96 kilograms for the first attempt from Ukraine.
So next up for Ukraine, Alina Kumeko, aiming for 96. Now she's 20 years old, so this would be a junior world record. It was a lift of 75 that won gold earlier for Analia Balades of Mexico in the Junior World Championships in this stadium this morning. Had Kumeko gone in for that, and she gone in for this straight away. Not just a Junior World record, but chance of gold. But she's going for the former here in the Senior World Championships, 96 kg. And she looks to have nailed it. I know the coach is very happy. She's got it! 3 out of 3 and a new Junior World record, and that is the 11th to be set here at these World Championships. Obviously it's the first event, nowhere near a Senior World record yet, but she's into the lead, a Junior World record, and that's the 11th we've seen. And the standard just keeps on rising. Kumeko, European bronze medalist in Ega in Hungary 2 years ago, and in the previous European Championships Alexa and Rossi, she gained the silver. Had some very good finishes at World Cup events too.
100 kilograms for the first attempt from Indonesia.
Siti Mahmuda.
So now we hit three figures for Indonesia. Going for 100 kg, Siti Mahmuda. Her first major championship coached by Connie Riswanto, 27-year-olds. Siti Mahmuda Kassimin. So all settled now. The Indonesian Menezes and Kameko are at the moment in the second round aiming for something a bit heavier than this. Just to put the pressure on them and no real pressure on her. Lots of white lights, three of them. So Mahmuda in front after the opening round of Group B. We've only had two misses that came very early on from Ashcroft and Balabi. Mahmuda setting a very solid standard at the end of this opening round. Again, no drama. And straight up and into the lead.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 77 kilograms for the second attempt from Malaysia.
North Malaysia, Mortata.
So into round two then, and we see Norfarisa Mortadza again for Malaysia. Cleared 75 in the opening round, and all three in her favour. The referees. Yes, an attempt at 77, and it wouldn't move her any further up the table. She's currently lying in 5th place. It would be really a dramatic rise to overtake Louise Sugden, who's in 4th, because she got 91 in the previous round. So for 77. And it didn't cause her a huge amount of trouble, but she got 1 white light and 2 red. Anything extra required.
Loaders, please load the bar to 82 kilograms, red flag 12.
Keeps her in 5th place overall, and even if she'd got it, it wasn't going to make any difference to where she was in the overall standings. She can be overtaken twice over now in the next couple of lifts. Christine Ashcroft about to go for Australia.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 82 kilograms for the second attempt from Australia.
Christine Ashcroft.
Representing Australia, Christine Ashcroft.
So return of Christine Ashcroft from New South Wales. And this another attempt at a two. It's really struggling on the way up. But there'll be a flash of white, definitely, and she'll get it to one. That's a real cracking effort. A bit of wavering in the right arm, but all the same. Very solid effort, and noted singing voice Australia, and was in national song contest in 8. Voice this year, actually. So the Alabi now for Algeria. In the previous round, and going for the same again. Alabi was 5th in Ego this year in Hungary. So for 83. Got it up quickly, she'll be okay. 3 out of 3. And it did happen that Matata was overtaken twice as Ashcroft and Alabi, who had both missed in the previous round, back for the same way and got it. So Alabi 83. Into 5th place, still a good distance to go. there is potentially a long career available here for her. Now this would see her rocket up the rankings, up into second place. She'd overtake Marcia Menendez. She'd go level with Alina Kameko, but she's registered a lighter body weight before the event, so on the head-to-head would overtake, and only Matmida be ahead of her. So 96 then for Louise Sugden. Not wrong, but enough wrong. There was 3 red lights for Louise Sugden there. So, going into the silver medal position for now, something she's clean slip by. As the next 3 in this round are going over 100. She looked like she knew on the bench, really, that on her way. Swimming for the lead now for Brazil, Marcia Menezes. 95 kg in the opening round. This is an attempt at 101 to overtake Mahmouda. Finished in the top 3 in the last World Championship. Being in she goes, but 2 red lights. So she's missed out. So the opportunity of taking the lead has gone by her. So a miss for Menezes. So now attempting to hit the front. Alina Kameko of Ukraine cleared 96 in the opening round, and this gunning for 102. And another attempt at a junior world record. And the previous mark of 96 would have got to the junior world gold earlier. Oluwafemaiyo for 102. A real strain shown as she was lifting it. But it's 3 out of 3! That's another junior world record. Well, that's 12 today we've seen. Kameiyo's in the gold medal position with still a lot of distance remaining. But that was stuff and a lot of strain exerted. But she got there. Mamuda. Seen herself drop to second position. An attempt to regain the lead with 110. So an extra 10 on the bar for City Mamuda here. Overtake Kameiyo again. She hasn't managed it though, it's 2 reds. Head referee had been happy with it, but the other 2 not. So, second place for the moment. And Kameiyo's our leader going into the final round of Group B. The different referees are looking for different things from their particular angle.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 77 kilograms for the third attempt from Malaysia.
Third and final attempt then for Nafariza Mortaza of Malaysia. Missed 77 in the second round. Got 1 white light, but obviously needed 1 more. Decent crowd in for the opening night session here. Part of the 1968 Olympic complex. Well, again, she doesn't move up position if she gets this. She stays in 7th overall for now, with all the Group A still to come. A little bit of personal pride to be gained if she can get this right. Didn't gain any further favour. 3 red lights, so she ends on 75 as being her best lift, and she is 7th overall, with Group A still to come.
Loaders, please load the bar to 85 kilograms, red light 11.
Obviously not much difference in weight between the two, but 75 she was able to get quite well, 3 out of 3 in the first round.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 85 kilograms for third attempt from Australia.
Christine Ashcroft.
It's been some year for Christine Ashcroft, and here she comes to round off her competition, aiming for 85. You'll be happy. Looked to be a slight wobble with the right hand, but 2 out of 3 going away, and that's fine. Good work. Competed at triathlons previously for Norfolk Island too, representing Australia here. So what that means is she overtakes the Sarah Balabi, but the Algerian has a chance to bite back immediately. Ashcroft is in 5th place. Taken up this sport very, very recently.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 86 kilograms for third attempt from Algeria.
So the return of Nasira Balabi for Algeria. 2 attempts to rise 83 and going for 86 here. To round off her competition and claim 5th place back. With 6 to go in the next group after this. Lost her spot. Three reds. So she doesn't gain it back. So her best mark is 83, and Christina Ashcroft overtaking with an 85. That, yeah, you see the bar go backwards there, so that was that. That was strict.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 96 kilograms for third attempt from Great Britain. For 1 minute.
Marcia Menezes with 95 in the opening round. Sugden aiming for 96 here with her final attempt. Needs to be a bit cleaner than last time, and it will be. 2 out of 3. There you go. Flashing lights instead of red ones. That's the best lift so far by a considerable margin, by 11 kilograms clear of Christine Ashcroft for Australia.
No more changes.
In terms of those who have finished. Good place now, bronze medal position for Sun, ahead of Menezes, but still behind Mahmouda and Kameko. That's our leader. Decent night's work. Waiting in the wings of the darkness, Marcia Menezes.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 103 kilograms.
With the cleaning completed.
Final attempt from Brazil.
And she's gunning for the lead here. She's fallen to 4th place outside the medals for now. Got 95 in the opening round, missed out at 101 at the second attempt, and now going for 103. That would see her catapult over Kameko and Mahmouda. It's always one of those that takes the longest. She's 30 seconds left in the lift. But 103. She got it raised. Do they like it? Don't think so. One going away, but two not. So ends up with 95 being the best lift, and she's in 4th place. She's outside the medals. Louise Sugden is in 3rd place for Great Britain. You can see from the ambition that was there, and it's been too far away, that 103. So 3rd and final attempt for Ukraine, Alina Kameko, and another shot at a junior world record. 96 and 102. She's got both of those, and now 105 is the prime target. Junior world records of 96, 102 tonight. That'll begin with 105. So all of Group B can be wiped out immediately. For Mahmouda, well, he gets this, but what's happened? Setting Mahmouda then from 110. This one's normally we'd see these lifters right at the end, but slightly different format being run here. Now that looked better. Had to wait a while. Had been tied 1-1 in the voting for her, but then head referee went her way. Bit of time to deliberate, and that's her back in the lead, 110.
Loaders, please load the bar to 105 kilograms.
The most successful in Group B. She's our leader and will be for a little bit. But for how long? Depends on those in Group A. 2-1.
kilograms attempt from Korea.
Lee.
Representando a Corea, Young-Sun Lee.
So now let's go into Group Lee Young-Sun for Korea, the first to go, aiming for 105 kg. The reigning Asian Games silver medalist from Incheon 3 years ago. She's from Busan, down in the south of Korea. 8th on the world championship. Seven in this Group A. So it's for 105. Really tentative in the way up, she won't get it.
No lift.
Still our leader, but that can change here and now. For the station, Mexico, Catalina Diaz, world champion, medalist, Paralympic Games, world medalist in Rio. She's competed in 5 Paralympic Games and has never been below the top 2 bronze medals, 3 fourth places. In 98 and 2002, 4th in Dubai in 2014. Around for a while. So 115, and Catalina Diaz aiming for the lead. First major championship Dubai, 98. So become the championships in Kuala Lumpur, Busan. Few wobbles of the left arm, and it's 2-1 against her. Leading. Keep it stable. World Championships in Mexico City. But, few cities have shown up in the circuit quite regularly. Dubai stages World Championships twice, Kuala Lumpur twice. In Sweden, just the once, the first one 1994. Kuala Lumpur is the Asian Games next year as well. So now for Jordan. Aiming for 117. It's power to Hamdan Al-Hajjaj. Paralympic Games silver medalist. Asian Games silver medalist. And won gold in the Feifei World Cup in Dubai this year. Won silver in that the previous 2 years. Silver in Rio. Oh, 3 out of 3. She's our new leader. World Powerlifting Champions.
Gehan Hassan.
Now Gehan Hassan of Egypt had originally put herself down for 115 and then thought, well, maybe I can do a bit better. Jury stop for the moment. Looks like one of the earlier marks is being reviewed. Might be that of Catalina Diaz. That's where the action is right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Mexican
Catalina Diaz has been given a good lift for 115. So it was originally just one white light, but that has been changed. So Diaz is now up into second place. It's been successfully reviewed. So Al-Hajjaj leading on 117, Diaz in second on 115 now. Kuala Lumpur in 2010, not her fault, she had to wait in there. Silver in Dubai at the last World Championships 2014. The best result of the Paralympic Games, Sydney 2000, when she came fifth. So 120 is her target here. She's been given extra time for this as well. She still has over 2 minutes for her lift, where 2 minutes is the standard amount of time from when you leave the tunnel to be able to reduce the lift. So Hassan for the lead. Mahmouda currently hanging on in third place, having been the best lifter in Group B, but she'll be knocked out of the medals if this is successful from Hassan. And that was straight up, and that will be fine. 3 out of 3, our new leader. So Siti Mahmouda drops out of the medals, and it's Gehan Hassan of Egypt who leads on 120, with Al Hajjaj of Jordan in second on 117, and Catalina Diaz of Mexico in third place on 115 after that successful review. And she'd all the time in the world. She's still at about 2 minutes to execute this, but no dawdling from Gehan Hassan.
Feifei.
Now next to go, attempting 120 kg, Oluwafemaiyo of China. Asian Games champion at home soil, Gwangju 2010. 4th in Rio, 4th in Athens at a previous Paralympic Games in 2004. She's from Zheng, is Oluwafemaiyo.
Be prepared, Feifei, Zheng.
Veins popping out for Lee, but it was worth it. 3 out of 3, and she is our new leader.
Loaders, please load the bar to 122 kilograms, rack height 11. Thank you. The bar is loaded to 122 kilograms for the first attempt from China.
Zheng Feifei.
So now Zheng Feifei for China next to go. Could it be a Chinese 1-2? Zheng Feifei in her first major championship, the 21-year-olds. And attempting 124 to overtake her compatriot by 4. We've only had 1 miss then in this opening round of Group A. And it might stay that way. Yes, it will. 2 out of the 3 going her way. And Zheng Feifei, major championship debutant, is our new leader.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 130 kilograms for the first attempt from Nigeria.
Oluwafemaiyo.
Representando a Nigeria, Oluwafemaiyo.
So now for Nigeria, she wasn't in the original entry list, I can tell you, but she's here now. Alice Folashede Oluwafemaiyo, who picked up silver at London 2012. She's from Jos in Nigeria, is Oluwafemaiyo. 130 whopping weights for her first attempt. Lovely. Lucy's world record, her compact is 144. The last 5 attempts have been all successful, and Oluwafemaiyo can blitz them all if she gets this, and nobody at the moment in the second round aiming for anything heavier than this. She'd be in the gold medal position, and in a very, very strong position in it too. It's looking great for her. 3 out of 3. Well, Alice has knocked the rest down like a bunch of Skittles. Zheng Feifei will be aiming for 127 in the next round, but having seen that, they might readjust their horizons maybe. Very calm, very confident, and very successful. The rest battling for silver now. A lot of congestion, may well be even more so after this round between those currently positioned between 2nd and 6th. So Lee Young-sun coming out again for Korea. The second attempt at this target of 105. Silver in each shown at the last Asian Games, and that'll be a target again for next year in Kuala Lumpur Asian Paralympics. About 30 seconds to go, still being strapped in. Won't be too concerned about the time just yet. Seconds left for Lee. It's a bit of white on the board this time. The light will flash. Good lift for Lee. She's on the board. She is 8th overall. Siti Mahmuda is still beyond it. Might have thought the hand was a little lower than left on the.
The bar is loaded to 100 kilograms for the second attempt from Mexico.
Seeing it her way. She's on the board. Now Catalina Diaz Vilches for Mexico. 117. And she's currently lying in 6th place. This puts her up into taking Al Hajjaj. And then it gets really interesting ahead of her. If she'd gone for 120, she'd be looking at 3rd place. That's still with a round to go though. And sometimes it's wise to play it conservative. You go in too high, well you're stuck there. So 117 it is for Diaz. For Mexico. 3 major championship medals. Well, it wasn't the straightest upward trajectory, but she's there. 2 out of 3. Three World Championship medals previously as stated, the 2 silvers and the 1 bronze. And Paralympics, a couple of bronzes, 5 in total at a global level. 117, well, right now she is 3 kilograms off the medals. Is she playing it right? She's going to go, well, it says 118 at the moment in the 3rd round, but she'll go higher than that. 120, 121 would right now get her into the medals.
For 2nd attempt from Jordan.
Taru Al-Hajjaj.
Representando a Jordania.
So, Tara Al-Hajjaj for Jordan. Tara Taysir Hamdan overall. Silver in Rio. Behind Randa Mahmoud.
Hassan.
Randa Mahmoud is in the over 86 kg category this time. Doesn't have to worry about her, but has to worry about this weight. There'll be a bit of red on the board. It'll be 3 red lights for her. Well, she stays in 117. It would have been interesting if she got that. She's down into 6th place now because Catalina Diaz, who also lifted 117 just before her, has a lighter body weight by 4 kilos, so she's taking that in the head-to-head. There'll be a couple of attempts of 125 to come.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 125 kilograms for a 2nd attempt from Egypt.
Gehan Hassan.
So Gehan Hassan of Egypt, aiming for 125. Now, she's in 3rd place, lifted 120 alongside Feifei of China in the 1st round, but she's lighter by 5.5 kilos, so in the head-to-head, she's 3rd. She gets this, she goes ahead of Zheng Feifei into 2nd place for now. Lee is still going for 125, but I may reconsider if this is good. Hassan for 125. The 2010 World Champion in Kuala Lumpur. Don't know if gold is beyond most. Took a while to get up. This will be a tight one.
No.
It's 2-1 against. Interesting reaction. They may want that looked at, as obviously we've already had one successfully reviewed. That might be what they're talking about there. It took a long time for this to get up though. Specifically halt. And then the red came and a few raised eyebrows from it. Feifei is next for China. 120 successful at, this is for 125. So with Hassan missing at 125, Feifei is currently down in 4th place. This would put her into 2nd, above Hassan and above her teammate Zheng Feifei. Lee for 125. Twice a 4th place for the Paralympic Games. Feifei. 125. There was a bit of wobble from the left arm, and it is 3 red lights against it. Well, I was saying about it potentially being very interesting. We'd have needed at least one of the 3 previous lifters to have got that, but Al-Hajjaj, Hassan and Lee have all missed. So at the moment there's no movement in the top 5, actually in the top 6. Feifei missing out at 125. Here is Zheng Feifei now. 124 she cleared in the previous round. This for 127, it would keep her in 2nd place. But if she gets this, and Alice Oluwafemaiyo sees things go a bit wrong for her, Zheng may still have the door open for her for a tilt at the gold, and she has a lighter body weight by only 90 grams. But that'll do for the head-to-head. 1 gram lighter will do. As they get this, 127. Looked an improvement on the 3 previous attempts we've seen, and it's 3 out of 3. So she's closer to the gold. She stays in the silver medal position, and Zheng Feifei clears 127. But whether Zheng Feifei's a realistic shot at the gold all depends on what we're about to see. But after seeing 3 no lifts, that was very solid, very good. Exquisite technique. And no drama from Zheng. Did what was required. So again, the previous Paralympic silver medalist from London 2012, Alice Oluwafemaiyo for Nigeria, cleared 130. In the first round, they clobbered the rest of the field. Zheng will go for 130 in the next round. And if Alice doesn't get this, the race for gold is wide open. Silver and bronze still up for grabs. The top 6 at this stage can all still medal. Wide open. Even Al-Hajjaj down in 6th. Just trying to get into the bronze medal position. Alice Oluwafemaiyo successful at 130. If she gets this 135, that is probably the goal. Here comes Alice. I think we all know who she is now. 2 out of 3. Probably that's the gold. Two out of 3 in her favour, and that was just terrific. Quick, solid, straight, level, everything judges would desire. No outward strain. And the rest now really are jostling at the moment for bronze. Now a bit of ambition from some of the field, and they might yet get the silver off Zheng Feifei. Here comes Lee Young-sun, who's going for 111. No matter what happens, she won't go above anyone else in this group, but she would overtake Mahmouda and go into 7th place. At the moment, Alice going for 136. Zheng Feifei of China's going for 130. Al Hajjaj 126. Zheng is on 127 in 2nd place. Al Hajjaj, Hassan and Lee might take a look at that and think that's doable. But right now, their attempts are just for bronze. And Zheng, by the way, is not going for a weight that would win her the gold. So Alice Oluwafemaiyo of Nigeria has won. Should everybody stick to their weights. Lee then for 111, and it took quite a while for her to get the lift going last time. It's the same here, less than 30 seconds now for Lee Young-sun. But it worked last time at 105, and this for 111, but that will not be it. No. So she finishes in 8th place, and Siti Mahmouda of Indonesia takes 7th spot. She got the 105 anyway. She'll have a medal to defend next year in Kuala Lumpur in the Asian Para Games. Could go no higher than that. And you'll see her coach reacting quickly because she knew she was in trouble, and she knew she was as well. So it gets interesting from here then. Catalina Diaz of Mexico is currently in 5th place with a successful 117. What she's aiming for here is the 120 that Hassan and Lee have got. She'd overtake Lee. On the body weight, she wouldn't overtake Hassan. Hassan's lighter body weight. Wonder if there's a bit of a miscalculation on their part. This would only put her 4th. 121, different story. That would have put her up into 3rd with a successful lift. Catalina Diaz, Vilches of Mexico. There's 5 major championship medals, just these, the strapping readjusted.
1 minute.
So to raise from 5th to 4th. Took a while to go up, and she hasn't got 120, so I suppose you could logically say 121 would have been beyond her anyway tonight. 117 her best then, and it is 5th for now, but it might be 6th. That depends on what we'll see in the next 4 minutes. Valiant attempt for Catalina Diaz though. 121 would have been the mark to go for to get into the medals. It's a moot point now. And a similar story actually for the next 3 we're going to see, because if they'd gone for 127, that's the silver medal mark. Instead, the 3 we're watching are all gunning for the bronze, and this is the woman defending it, Gehan Hassan of Egypt, lifting 120 in the first round, missed at 125, so this is a follow-up attempt at that. If she gets it, it wipes out Feifei, who's going for the same mark, but who's heavier in body weight. But Al-Hajjaj still would have a chance at 126 for the bronze, and she's currently in 6th. The 2010 world champion. Silver 3 years ago in Dubai. Looking for a medal at her 3rd straight world championships. Hassan for 125. Calmly does it. Took a while for the final result to come in, but she's been given it 2-1, and it was 1-1 for quite a while. It needed the referee, centre referee, Mufti Mohammed, to give what turned out to be the deciding mark, and that was it. So, Hassan gets 125. Stays third. So now there has been a bit of movement in the next attempts. Now Feifei in our system has been moved up to 128. She's actually in the tunnel. So because she's moved to 128, she's now not the next to go. That should be Tawa Al-Hajjaj of Jordan. Will be going for 126. She's currently down in 6th place.
Thank you. The bar is loaded to 126 kilograms for the 3rd and final attempt from Jordan.
Taru Al-Hajjaj.
Representando a Jordania, Taru Al-Hajjaj.
Yes, there's been a change in the running order, you see, because Lee has been moved to 128. Al-Hajjaj is on 126, so we see her first, obviously. Now, Al-Hajjaj lifted 117 in the opening round, and she's lying in 6th place. She's been well overtaken since then, but if she gets this, she goes straight into the bronze medal position. She may not stay there. Lee and Zheng are now going for max. So Lee, who's currently in 4th place, is trying to get up to the silver medal mark. And Al-Hajjaj, who's 6th, is gunning here for bronze. And only Lee could deny that now. That didn't look very straight from here, and the lights are red. 3 red lights, but that was a really valiant try, and you have to appreciate that. She gave that a very good go. She saw an opening and an opportunity. And 126 to go for the medals. And Al-Hajjaj won silver at the Paralympic Games, but is out of the medals here, and she's way down in 6th place.
From China.
Feifei.
Representando a China, Feifei.
So the time is now for Feifei, gunning for 128, which would put her into the silver medal position. She's currently in 4th place. She cleared 120 in the opening round, but she's been overtaken by Gehan Hassan in this final round of lifts. 125 for Hassan. Lee has got 120, and this for 128 to overtake Zheng Feifei and to knock her teammate down into 3rd. If she gets this, China will have a silver and bronze, but in what order? Zheng would still have another say. One more lift immediately after this. Asian Games champion from 2010, Feifei. No! And that is 4th. She is out of the medals. So gold and silver settled, and Gehan Hassan gets the bronze for Egypt. Lee ends on 120, and we've got 2 lifters to go. And they're locked into their position. Zheng Feifei of China wins the silver, and Alice Oluwafemaiyo of Nigeria has the gold.
The bar is loaded to 130 kilograms for 3rd and final attempt from China.
Feifei.
Zheng Feifei, her first major championship. 127. She's in round 2. And even if she doesn't get 130 here, it's silver anyway, but she'll go for it. Why not give it a pop? So the silver medal in the bag. She's got 130. 2 to 1. Had to wait a while for the deciding one to come through. It was 1-1 in terms of the lights. Side referees giving it her nod of approval. So, good work.
40 kilograms for 3rd attempt from Nigeria.
Alice Oluwafemaiyo.
So Alice Oluwafemaiyo of Nigeria has the gold. It's her best ever result. She's the world champion, having previously been a silver medalist in the Paralympic Games London 2012. Now this is for 140, the world record from her fellow Nigerian, Loveline Obishi, is 144, and she's not that far off it. She gets this as she tempted to come back. Had a lot of success with world record attempts so far today, across the board. On the opening day in Mexico City in this 1968 Olympic complex. And this Gymnasium Juan de la Barrera in Coyoacán, sort of in the northwest of the city centre. There goes Alice. Now that's surely. Yes, 2-1. I was going to say at first surely 3 white lights, but obviously I only see my angle, which isn't the angle of any of the judges, but she got the nod from 2 of them, so she gets 140. It is gold for Nigeria and Alice Oluwafemaiyo. Is that the last we see of her tonight? We'll know in a few seconds. I was just so assured.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, all competitors in the women's up to 86 kilos competition have had their 3 attempts, but Alice Oluwafemaiyo will be returning for her 4th attempt.
Yes, she is going to come back. She is going to attempt a world record, and why not? She's been brilliant tonight. She's blitzed the opposition. 130, 135, 140, and she's now going for 145, attempting to break the record of her teammate Loveline Obishi. And she's given 3 minutes for this. Get the composure right. It was that second lift of 135 that clinched it. The 130 ultimately wouldn't have won her the gold because Zheng Feifei matched that with her last attempt, the Chinese lifter. And she's a body weight of 90 grams lighter than our new champ.
Ladies and gentlemen, attempting to break the record currently held by her compatriot Loveline Obishi with the powerlift. Please welcome Alice Oluwafemaiyo.
So here she comes, Alice is back. The world champion now looking to smash the world record set at the Commonwealth Games in Glasgow 3 years ago by Loveline Obishi. 144 that was, 145 this is. So far tonight, she's been absolutely fantastic. Something's not quite right, needs it her viewpoint slightly more to the right. 130, got it. 135, successful. 140, nailed it. 145. Well, that looks very, very good. Is the world record hers? Yes! A new world record for Alice Oluwafemaiyo for Nigeria. And the mark which lasted 3 years for lovely Nabiji is gone. The 13th world record and the first senior world record set at Mexico 2017. Fabulous. (145 kg, the new world record mark for Alice. And that was just great. And just the entire competition, she was magnificent. A new world record. And that was simply smashing all the way from Alice Folashadi Oluwafemaiyo. A brilliant, worthy world champion, and the world record is hers. The first world record, the senior world championships after 12 junior world records prior to that today. Competition which was just fabulous. So world